Hello, my name is Patrice Robuski.
And my name is Frank Gigliotti.
Thank you for joining us for our final show, where we will focus on food and entertainment. This is the Cranberry Catch-Up.
From the Cranberry Catch-Up to the Catch of the Day, Alexis takes us to Pup Seafood in Camden, New Jersey.
These are shrimp tacos. This is seafood Alfredo. And this is
Pup Seafood. People can come get good food knowing that it's cooked with love. Cook 4 things at one time. What? My name is Dwayne Grady, known as Pup. That's why it's called Pup Seafood. From Camden, New Jersey. I originally moved to Boston for 9 years. Then I moved back to Camden and started cooking at Cherry Hill Ribbon. I'm gonna have to get lettuce and tomato in the morning. Okay. Hit it with the crack seasoning. Then you hit it with the crack seasoning again. I hit it with my crack seasoning. I invented it. Anybody say they invented it, they lying. Came from me. The atmosphere of the shop is fun. It's stupid as hell. People come in, talk, and laugh and crack jokes and everything. And the community around here, my neighbors, they support me. They buy food from me in platters and stuff.
If you want something quick, you can get shrimp tacos or fish tacos. They come in 3, and the food is 100% excellent.
I want them to feel that I put love in what I cook for them.
Wow, those shrimp tacos look delicious. Moving from Camden to New York City, Ian takes a bite out of the Big Apple, taking us on a food tour of the Lower East Side.
Food writing, a class balanced between writing about food and tasting new food. The class itself actually culminates with a tour of the Lower East Side of New York, getting to go to some of the most famous delis and restaurants. But the tour itself is actually no walk in the park. As part of the tour, students actually have to do research on each destination and present their findings about the history of each establishment. Our first stop was Kat's Deli, which is actually a very popular deli in the Lower East Side. The line into the deli sometimes goes down the block and often takes a while for you to even get inside the deli itself. But if you wait long enough, the fruits of your labor are rewarded. I myself got a brisket on rye, a very, very good sandwich. After Kat's, we headed over to El Laboratorio de Gelato, a gelato place that has 48 different flavors and makes them all in-house. After that, we headed over to Economy Candy for those of us who have a sweet tooth. Economy Candy is jam-packed with all different types and flavors of candy, ranging from candies from the 1960s all the way to now. While I was here, I of course had to get my favorite candy, that being Bonomo Turkish Taffy. After that, we headed over to the Donut Plant of New York City. While they do offer the normal flavors of donuts, they also have specialty donuts. The one that they're famous for is the creme brulee donut, which has caramelized sugar on top and filled with creme brulee cream. After that, we headed over into Chinatown to Veronica's Dumpling House, where we had traditionally made dumplings, and they were actually very, very good. After our long day, we all settled down at Great New York Noodle Town to enjoy a good meal for dinner before heading back to New Jersey. Let's ask a couple students of what they thought of the tour.
I thought it was a really good experience. We went to some of the most famous places, delis, for example, in the city. Even if we didn't get to go in, we got a good sense of it. And who doesn't want to taste food all day long? I mean, not technically a restaurant, but Economy Candy. I really like that because I'm really big into sweets, but I liked the history of it and the decades of candy within a single spot.
It was great. Like, besides that, I spent lots of money. It's really funny. It's good. Like, the thing is, my vocabulary is so bad. except that it was really good.
Reporting from New York City's Lower East Side for the Cranberry Ketchup, I'm Ian Roundbuehler.
Thanks, Ian. Students don't have to go that far for good food. Ryder has 2 new food trucks rolling onto campus. Jade has the story.
Rider University has a few new food trucks on campus, including their very own Bronc Bites, Muscle Maker Grill, and Pliables. These trucks can be found from Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. out front of the SRC.
My favorite food at the Ryder food truck is the chicken fingers and the french fries because they're very good. But what I like about the Ryder food truck is that it's very convenient, especially for people that live on campus, because if you don't want to go to Daly's or Crayons, it's just easy to go because it's right outside the SRC and it's quick, and then you can get it on your way to class, or you can get it on your way back from class, or if you're not doing anything. So then I also really like that there's like the meal exchange, which like you can swipe and get a whole meal from it instead of using your Bronc Bucks, which I think is really convenient, especially because sometimes like it is your meal instead of Daly's or Crayons.
My favorite part about Bronc Bites is that you can grab a quick snack. I live off campus, so it's really convenient if you're just trying to get something quick in between classes. You don't have to leave. You don't have to try to find another parking spot. My favorite food from the Bronc Bites food truck is the nachos with cheese. It's also pretty cheap, and it's something quick that you can just get.
Make sure to keep your eye out for Bronc Bites and the other food trucks rolling on the campus.
All this talk about food is making me hungry. Let's take a quick break, and we will see you after this commercial.
Welcome back. Let's move on to entertainment.
107.7 The Bronx Radio Show, Your Career is Calling, offers expert advice on how to become successful in the working world.
Here at Rider University, 107.7 The Bronx has been ranked as one of the top college radio stations in New Jersey by the New Jersey Broadcasters Association. The high honor attributes to the students' hard work as well as many of the sponsored shows that air over the station, one of which is Your Career is Calling.
I would have a high-level topic like networking, interviewing, and try to make it so people could zoom in on what they needed help with. And then people come in and talk about their expertise and experience with that. And then what I did last year was 52 career lessons, talking more about like, what's your biggest career lesson and how did you come to that lesson and how did you learn that?
With Wanda expanding the show each year, she has been able to come up with new ways to keep the show fresh and interesting. And this year, her main topic is all about obstacles.
This year I'm doing overcoming obstacles and how did you overcome that obstacle? And I'm getting a lot of great feedback as to, what when people listen to the show, because it's a story, they can relate to it and say, that happened to me too.
The interest in Your Career is Calling has not only brought success to Wanda, but to the producers as well, as some have been able to use the show to catapult themselves to new heights. Stuart Kovacs, a former producer of the show, is now living his dream. He is currently a producer on CBS Sports Radio and was on the show recently to talk about how Your Career is Calling set him up for success.
Being a producer of this show really was the first opportunity for me to get my hands into producing a radio show. And it wasn't a sports show, but at the same time it was important to get that experience to be able to work with hosts, book guests, pick topics, and just really create what I tried to make a good radio show, a good atmosphere for a radio show.
Overall, Your Career is Calling has been a success to everyone involved in the show. And if you want to find out more about Your Career is Calling, visit their Facebook page and tune in Sunday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. on 107.7 The Bronx. For the Cranberry Ketchup, this has been Anthony Colasano.
If you want to hear more, tune into Your Career is Calling on Sundays at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Moving off campus, I got to see a new upcoming artist, Jade Nova, at her very first concert. Jade Nova is a singer who was previously known as a great backup singer for artists such as
List them all.
List them all. Missy Elliott, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj,
Girl.
Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Common, Tori Kelly, BB Rexa, the cast of Empire, Patti LaBelle, New Edition. Oh my gosh, Ariana Grande.
Jade.
Devin, who am I missing?
Is she missing people?
Oh, yeah, God. Paul McCartney, Kanye West.
Jade, let me hold $20.
There is another fan who admires Jade's hustle. And what do you think about the song Time?
I thought it was very relatable. A lot of times when we're young, we take advantage of the time that we have. So when she was talking about like jumping out of bed and like thinking like I'm running out of time, like just enjoying the time that you have when while you're living, because when you're older, you know, you do wind up dying and life is so short.
Jade Nova, previously going viral for her impersonations of Beyonce and other famous artists, released her first album on June 17th, 2018. Tickets for the Cosmic Love Tour went on sale in December. After 2 more months of preparation and promotion, the tour finally began on February 19th. The Cosmic Love Tour was an experience no one can forget. Jade Nova is a unique artist who mixes comedy with her singing and talks to her audience as if they are close friends.
I think what sets Jade apart from other artists is the fact that she is able to take a song, whether it's her song or someone else's, and she's able to deconstruct it into her own sound, which I think a lot of artists can't do, especially when doing covers of other people's songs. They tend to just stay true to what the song is supposed to sound like, what the original artist wanted it to sound like. But I think Jade totally throws it out the window and does what she wants to do and makes it sound the way she thinks it should sound.
I'm Patrice Robusky, and this is Writer's Cranberry Catch-Up.
Looked like a great concert, Patrice. Student Government President Paige Ewing tells us more about Writer's annual Club Awards ceremony.
Every year, the Writers Student Government Association recognizes clubs and orgs for their hard work and dedication throughout the year. This year, there are more club awards than ever, all with a special writer touch, with each club receiving a horseshoe as their award. The event begins with the official swearing in of the new SGA Executive Board.
I, Dylan Early,
do solemnly affirm.
So, the swearing in today is very important because it allows all of the senators from this year and senators that will be representing next year to all sit in the same room and kind of see who's going out, see who's coming in, get to know all of the leadership. And then we end it with club awards, so we all get to eat cake together and just start to talk to our different committees and establish the way that we're going to lead Rider University into next year.
After their transition, clubs are invited to accept their awards. With over 100 events happening in the fall semester and spring semester, we as students have a lot to thank our clubs and organizations for, and this ceremony is a small way of saying thank you.
All right, and finally, our Club of the Year goes to an incredible organization that is working around the clock.
This year, the Rider News accepted Best Club of the Year.
I think the Rider News won the award this year because we presented a diverse collection of news, as well as we won #1 in state this year for our stories. So I think this is just a great way for our campus to celebrate, you know, our accomplishments and just an encouragement to continue reporting and sharing the stories on campus.
With over 150 clubs at Rider, this ceremony is one way we can thank these clubs for all the work that they do. My name is Paige Ewing. Back to the studio.
For the last time, this is Patrice Robusky.
And Frank Gigliotti.
Thanks for catching up with us.